afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Monday, the 25th of May. Budget spending to help businesses reduce or eliminate dependence on gas. The government's unveiled its gas transition loan guarantee scheme to guarantee 80% of lending so banks pass on lower interest rates. Finance Minister Nicola Willis says they expect to support total lending up to $1.2 billion, a maximum $50 million per business.
Each loan is to cover the costs associated with the borrower reducing their gas usage by at least 15% without, and this is important, without decreasing their production or output.
Rough seas ahead for cruise ports this upcoming season. Preliminary data released to Newstalk ZB reveals a 3% reduction in ships docking in the 2026-27 cruise season. Kate Rickard has the story.
The North Island will see 41 fewer port calls than the 2025-26 season, while the South Island will gain 23. Wellington's hardest hit, facing a 24% reduction in visits, followed by Napier at 20%. This is on top of last season's drop, which saw around 250 fewer port calls compared to the season before.
An Auckland family and the woman they're accused of killing and dumping in Gulf Harbour were part of a reclusive Christian sect. Kai Zhao Liu, his wife, Lan Yui Zhao, and his parents are on trial at the High Court at Auckland, charged with kidnapping and manslaughter. A fisherman found the body of 70-year-old Chinese citizen Shu Lai Wang floating in plastic bags in 2024. Crown lawyer Emma Kerr says Wang and other women served the defendants at an Orewa property called The Ark.
Mr. Liu, who they referred to as Lord or Master or Teacher, was the head of the household. His wife was referred to as Queen.
Bafflement after Wellington Free Ambulance wouldn't come to a man who seemed to be unconscious. David Cormack called for help when a man collapsed in front of him on Cuba Street, but was told the man's a frequent caller and no paramedic would come. Cormack says he didn't know an ambulance service could say no.
Aside from the gentleman on the ground, when they said no to the group of us standing, what were we supposed to do? Just leave a dude on the side of the road unconscious?
Wellington Free Ambulance says sending paramedics isn't always the best care plan. The Prime Minister says Dame Jules Topp was a trailblazing Kiwi icon. She's died, aged 68. Jules and sister Linda made up the Topp twins, whose gutsy, quirky music and comedy entertained audiences for more than 40 years. She recovered from earlier breast cancer, but was diagnosed again in 2021 alongside her sister. Chris Larkson says Jules and Linda gave Kiwis a lot of laughs.
She leaves a legacy of humour, warmth and joy, and she's going to be sadly missed. And all in our thoughts are with her family and with all of her loved ones.
To sport, and Kyle Busch's longtime mentee Daniel Suarez has claimed the first NASCAR race since the former's death last week. The Warriors will play next Anzac Day at Eden Park after 2 years in Wellington and Christchurch. Five-time World Surfing champion Carissa Moore has claimed the women's event and Brazil's Italo Ferreira, the men's, on a dramatic final day of the New Zealand Pro in Raglan. That is your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.